Coming up, it's a rivalry that started back in 1930, but as the Chicago Cardinals and Portsmouth Spartans, today, Arizona and Detroit battle once again, and it's next.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they've been flawless all year long as they hit the home stretch at 13-0.
And now they just have to guard against complacency. You still got to go out and earn it every week.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Ford Field. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Arizona Cardinals offense coming out here for the first time, and you get a peek at Kyler Murray, the dangerous offensive weapon now in his third season in the National Football League.
And he's been, in my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you polled folks with a ballot, and I certainly have one, I think they'd say he's the front runner for MVP. So now it comes down to finishing out the season strong. And a good game here would certainly strengthen his case.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that.
And got his man complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 52 yards, and the Cardinals have taken the early lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their mobile quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Colin Kaepernick.
And he's been, in my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you poll folks with a ballot, and I certainly have one, I think they'd say he's the front runner for MVP. So now it comes down to finishing out the season strong. And a good game here would certainly strengthen his case.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Taken in at the 22. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race now. This is into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title, touchdown Cardinals.
Touchdown!
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position. And that was special there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 64 yards. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
This will be fielded at the 17. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
Touchdown, Cardinals! James Conner with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And that will be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Well, the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
We play to win.
Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
First down, Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 and the finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, but something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe, but that's much easier said than done.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. It's complete to Hopkins. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Nice hit. Eat.
$21-0, our score after 1. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Murray a give. This is Connor. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray. He's got it. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion. And now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. To throw, it's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals are able to add on to their first-half lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now Prater to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. To throw, Kaepernick. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Isaiah Simmons came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll run the draw here with Swift, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. The Lions on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taking it about the 16. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from him, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Murray. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals open the lead up to 34-0. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And, Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Extra point good by Prater. And that makes this 35-0 now. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. Here's A.J. Green as he gets set to go again on offense. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Isaiah Simmons coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. On play action, it's Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. So possession goes over here on the punt. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Murray. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Murray now on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards to gain there, second down. Murray going to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Prater on to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. That time a 6-play drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. On first down, Kaepernick. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford.
It's all good, baby. It's all good.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it's the Jets who are out in front in that one. Elijah Moore, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Robbie Anderson, a touchdown reception. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And our statistician may need a vacation after this one's said and done. What a first half they had throwing the football. Over 300 yards passing already. And meanwhile, for the Lions, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Marcus Golden, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
This is taken at the 23. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Murray. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Pushing his way through, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cardinals add on. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he's got this down to the 35.
Come on. Oh, yeah, this is a ball game now, baby.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Chandler Jones showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
On 2nd down, Swift. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Murray again, 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Murray now on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Murray now. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Get out. Oh, easy.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
You got three down.
Here's Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Extra point good by Prater, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Chandler Jones in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Kaepernick. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Kaepernick now to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Isaiah Simmons able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded at the 20. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Let's go. Way to go, D. Way to go, D.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. Over the middle, it's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Right 52, right 52. I got it.
Back to throw it. Murray. That's complete right around the 8. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance, and he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
From the gun, Murray. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Oh, yeah.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. Another shot now for this Lions offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Forced out to his left. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Cardinals, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Lions, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.